What it do, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Nerds No Show presented by Let'sBeNerds.com.
Because nerds, I tell you nerds.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nerds No Show on WACM 105.3, University of Harvard's own student-run alternative radio station. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Rookshon, I'm already ticked off at you, so we're going to probably kill a co-host. So before we start, we are your hosts, Daniel King and Rookshon
Vatupola.
Okay, you always
also known as a rock star in high school.
Okay, whatever. Joining us today are two of our friends, Henry Kajura, and joining us again this week, Mike Byrne. How you guys doing today?
I'm chilling, man. What's up?
It's awesome. So, some of the topics for today's show as we get started, we're going to be talking about Superman getting a new identity. We're going to be talking about, are there too many superhero movies? Probably.
Meh.
And how do we deal with love as we transition from teenagers to adults?
Who knows? Depends on the person, really.
Yeah. Starting with the headlines that we found this week. As I said, Superman has a new identity. For all the years we've known him, he's been Clark Kent. But in this week's edition of Superman Comics, Superman 45, Clark Kent is no more. He's now Archie Clayton.
No, I don't think the name.
What?
Yeah, neither do I, man. I don't like it.
Clark Kent and Archie Kent, you guys aren't feeling that? He's now the most famous Archie. Sorry, Archie Comics.
No, Archie is the most famous Archie there is.
So we're not agreeing on the whole Archie Clayton thing?
That's a terrible name.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a terrible name, man.
Really?
Yeah,
I like
think
it.
about it. How about this? Dave Smith. That's a better name than
Think
Archie
about
Clayton.
the sex appeal. Come on.
Think about the sex appeal.
Come on.
You know, club high.
Trying to make nerds cool here.
Exactly.
You know
What is this?
My name's Archie. What's up?
You don't think Archie
Goodbye.
Clayton's cool? But he looks like Superman still. You don't think a big buff guy named Archie does something?
They didn't like him when he was Clark Kent. I don't think changing the name to something worse is going to help him.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Also in news this week, Bob's Burger got renewed by Fox for 2 more seasons. How do we feel about that? Do we watch Bob's Burgers at all? Anybody in here?
I've watched a few episodes.
That's it?
And it was like really funny.
Okay, you?
Yeah,
I know my sister loves the show, so I'm sure she's happy that she's going to be getting 2 more seasons of it on Fox. Stop.
Okay, I
Just
thought it was
stop.
okay. I don't think it's that funny, but I can see some movie references now and then. How do you, Mike?
No, I don't know anything.
Don't care at all?
Don't know anything about it.
Okay. That's good talking about Bob's Burgers. All right. In weird news, we're going to jump ahead. We usually do this last, but we're going to jump ahead to weird news this week. We're going to talk about Pumpkin the raccoon. Pumpkin the raccoon lives in the Bahamas. She was orphaned as a young raccoon, but she's been raised in a house with dogs for all her life, pretty much. I already know I have questions for that one. It's just,
How are there raccoons in the Bahamas?
are there raccoons in the Bahamas?
Yeah.
Nah, good question.
I have no idea.
Madagascar? I don't know.
Maybe.
Madagascar.
exactly how
That's
it
some
is.
Madagascar
Bahamas is
stuff
not
going on.
Madagascar.
I know, but she tried to escape Madagascar, but thought she was coming here and
New
ended up.
York.
Exactly. We're off to a smashing start this week.
No, but I actually like it, man. I like what they did. It sounds like something I would do, man. I'd definitely just take that right.
You would raise a raccoon?
Hell yeah, in my house, man. But I'd give it a better name.
Then pumpkin?
Pumpkin
What would you name it?
I don't know.
Spice.
Yeah. Or like stripes.
Stripes?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go from pumpkin to stripes?
I name him Hamburglar.
Hamburglar?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that a little better than stripes. Come on.
Well,
Gotta do better than that, Henry.
I'm just thinking off the cuff right now. But I'll come up with a better name.
Have a Mabutu.
Mabutu.
Mabutu? No, Mabumafu.
Oh, it's the Boo-Boo.
Mabumafu. Let's go.
What's that?
The Boo-Boo.
You don't want to know. Just ignore them.
Okay.
Flashback. Any you know.
Wild Kratts.
Let's bring back memories.
Whatever. The final headline we found this week, Marvel announced that Ant-Man is getting a sequel. sequel is going to be called Ant-Man and the Wasp, and they're pushing back Captain Marvel to make the movie. So technically speaking, the first female lead in the movie for Marvel is going to be the Wasp instead of Captain Marvel.
Wasp.
Yes.
Is the Wasp like Ant-Man's enemy?
No, the Wasp is his love interest.
Oh,
for
wow,
real?
that's interesting.
Do they know Spider-Man?
It is Marvel.
And they just make the Wasp like, I don't know, butterfly or something. I don't know.
She's literally a wasp. Her outfit's a wasp.
Alrighty.
Wait, can she fly?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take this that none of you saw Ant-Man besides me.
No, I haven't seen it.
No.
haven't seen
Okay.
it.
Okay. Why did I make this the headline and the three of you haven't seen it yet?
Nah,
I don't know.
You didn't come to us about this.
Because I want to talk about it, and you guys are useless when it comes to trying to plan these things.
Well, you don't talk
Especially
to
you.
us. You don't talk to us when you consider topic. You only consider yourself.
Exactly. Your point?
Terrible.
It's not terrible. Go away.
I'm not going to talk for the rest of this just so you get.
I mean, we have made some suggestions.
Have you now?
Yeah.
like that.
I will not take your suggestions into consideration. This is my show.
Like that cult.
You don't count either.
That cult that tried to recruit you last night.
We're not bringing up that. We're not talking about that. I am not trying to get sued by somebody for no reason.
All right.
Jeez, man, it's worth it. Just get sued, man,
Totally off top.
for a great show.
We're just going to say this right now on the mic. Talk into the mic, people.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. That way we can try to get a little more bass so I don't have to edit this as much as possible. A little too close, Mike.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. Yes.
My sultry voice.
Please, we don't need a
Yo,
sultry
that's
voice.
like
Can you hear me now?
that's some Old Spice commercial voice there.
God. Moving on. Since we were talking about superhero movies at one point, we're going to talk about the fact that I looked it up yesterday. There's scheduled to be 31 superhero movies in the next 5 years. So the question I had was,
Who's doing the math?
me, are there too many superhero movies coming out in the next 5 years? Mind you, 31 superhero movies, and there still could be more if DC and Marvel decide to add more to their lineups.
In my opinion, we're gonna run out of topics or run out of superheroes.
No.
We can always create them. I'm sure we can always just recreate another superhero randomly out the blue.
Next gen, just pair two of them up together and create another one.
Just keep making a bunch of team up movies over and over again. Now,
Oh, different team ups.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
just put a bunch of random people together, make a movie, make a trilogy, and we're good to go. Next thing you know, Captain Marvel gets pushed back to what? It's 2020? It's like what, 2018 now? Or 2019? Gets pushed back to maybe 2035, 3035.
And we'd be still talking
When our mixtape
about
drops.
it.
Imagine that, like in the next 5 years, there'll be like Catwoman and the Wasp, and it'll be like girl power or something.
Exactly. Got DC and Marvel working together now. It's like, listen, we ran out of ideas, guys. We got to come up with something. Oh, I know. How about, let's say, Wonder Woman and pick some random Marvel
Captain
superhero?
America.
No, that's too mainstream. We need something a little more random. Oh, and Squirrel Girl. Wonder Woman and Squirrel Girl. There we go.
Wait,
You just give it like a weird name, like Destiny's Child or something.
That's what we're going to call Wonder Woman and Squirrel Girl movie.
Yeah,
Destiny's
man.
Child.
They'll need something. Just give it something crazy.
No, Captain Canada.
Captain Canada?
Yeah.
There's a Captain Britain. We could use that. Captain Britain and Captain America fight the Nazis all over again.
Does Captain Britain have part of his body want to break away and become Captain Scotland?
Shut up.
oh, man.
We don't need you making political jokes using comics
Why not?
Why not?
because it's not necessary. That's why. No,
Does Captain Ireland have a split personality?
probably does have a split personality.
All right, next topic.
Yeah. Next topic, Roshan. You want to read that one, or let me introduce it first before you ask the question. This week, it was Transformers Devastation was released. For those that don't know, it's a video game based on the Transformers book of the same title.
There's a book.
Yes, Transformers Devastation is a book too, Roshan. And the game was released today. I plan on getting it at some point. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know if I had the time to actually play it, but I'll probably get it. But this had me thinking after watching it, and the game basically uses the original cartoons characters and voice actors as the main characters of the show, or the video game, sorry. So it had me thinking, how do we take the love and the genuine creativity with the Transformers series that we all love, I think. We all do like Transformers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How do we take that and put that into a movie? Because right now, some of the movies haven't been so... What's the word? Someone just give me a random word how to describe the Transformers movies.
Pudding.
Pudding?
No.
Brooklyn, shut up. Would you say they were substandard? They weren't...
Terrible. terrible.
There we go. Even I was trying to beat around the bush. Terrible is the best way to phrase it. They've been pretty much terrible. But, Roshan, can you tell us the question I have for that problem?
How do you guys want to fix the Transformers?
How do we make them watchable? Let's just start with watchable before we go to great, exciting, anything else. Let's just start with watchable.
Wait, have you guys seen the Transformers Cybertron, the anime they made of it?
No.
It's pretty awesome.
So you think we should probably watch that?
Yeah, check it out. It came out 2009, and it's pretty good.
But it's animated, right?
Yeah,
We're
but
talking about anime or...
I think the issue here is you're talking about the real, like actors and stuff like that. Like, I mean, maybe explain why there is such hate for it right now.
I don't know. I just think that there isn't enough action. It just doesn't go back to the roots, like what we think Transformers is supposed to be.
Yeah.
They just tried to go too far left with it. But I think the best way for me, and this is just a personal thing, I think they should just like bring back the old cast. The old cast, like Shia and Megan Fox and all of them. I love those guys, honestly.
Just those two?
I would
Just the two of them.
I disagree with that. I don't think we should.
Landmine?
No, I think they should.
My biggest issue is the fact that they focus too much on the humans. I want to see Optimus and Bumblebee and all the other Transformers. I don't care about the human beings. They're supposed to be
secondary characters.
Secondary characters, yes. They're supposed to be secondary characters. So I don't want to see them being a primary focus. I want to see the Autobots and the Decepticons fighting, figuring out why they're doing their fighting and what they gain from possibly winning their fight. I want to see that.
And Unicron. I want to see Unicron.
Okay.
Also, I want the theme song.
The original theme song?
Yes. I want it in the movie.
I can just imagine people would start singing that.
Yeah, that's the point. People, it's a nostalgia trip.
But I don't. I
Transformers.
kind of want a nostalgia trip, but I don't want it to be so nostalgia heavy that it relies on it
Yeah,
and
so-
it becomes an awful story. But because I get to see the voice actors and the original designs for all the Transformers, that I go, oh, I like this, but the story sucks. You know what I
So
mean?
you want them to be robots in disguise?
Oh my god! Stop! You do this all the time. You realize that, right?
This is who I am.
So
Change
subtle.
it.
Huh? No,
Change who you are. Be different.
I am.
Strike
That's
out
the
on your
point.
own.
That's the point.
It's not
That's
the
what
point.
I struck
Come
out
on,
my own.
guys.
That's
We
what
just
I
gotta work
landed on.
together now. We just
Mike, do you have any
family.
suggestions?
About the Transformer movies? To be honest, I can't. I don't remember too much about the original, like the animated series, and I don't believe I watched the. I'm not too deft with it, and well, we're having mic problems.
No, headphone problems. We're trying to do it off
It's fine.
off the mic. Mike, continue. I'm sorry. We're trying to fix things over here. Technical difficulties.
I just got a question. Like the movie, the first one, right,
Yeah.
in the series with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox. Did they try to like retell like the animated series, or did they completely change the
Completely
story?
new.
Completely brand new. It's
Okay.
their own original story.
With the animated, they start out on Cybertron.
So, the animated version, I'm sure they focused on more the origin of the battle between the good and evil.
Yeah.
And then you say the movie focused too much on humans,
Yeah.
and you think it should be secondary.
Absolutely, because I watched Age of Extinction probably 2-3 weeks ago, and I was timing to see when was the first time I actually saw Optimus Prime being Optimus Prime in that movie. It took about, I think, a half hour, if I remember right, just to get to him being in his truck form.
Like his prime,
No,
like
not even
back
that.
in the
Just
series.
being in his truck form when he was Dusty.
Okay.
It took about 30 minutes just to get to that point, and then it took another 20 minutes just for him to turn into Optimus. Yeah, he was a little dusty, but it took about 50 minutes, I thought, if I remember watching it right, for them to stop. Will you stop? People are trying to have a civil discussion. You're over here. I don't even know how to phrase it.
Focus,
Going
guys.
down on the microphone.
Yes, going down on the microphone. Stop it. Oh my god.
So basically, this the portrayal between the two,
Yeah.
between the two spectrums are.
I'd rather be the
yeah,
I'd rather
okay.
be either a happy medium between the two or the exact opposite where it's Transformers, and then we do have human side characters in here that help advance the plot. That's really all I want. I don't really care for
There was some romance too, wasn't there?
yes
Yeah.
that no one cared about.
Eventually, yeah.
That they had to explain through what was the Juliet law, I think it was called, that they used it in the movie, where it was okay for a 20-year-old guy to date a 17-year-old, and they had like 5 minutes or not 5 minutes, probably like a minute screen time or so explaining what the Juliet law was in Texas.
Wait, what?
What is it?
There was a section in the movie where they explained how a 20-year-old guy could date a 17-year-old girl.
Is this Shia LaBeouf and the girl?
No, it was the Age of Extinction.
Okay.
It was the most recent one. And they explained how because they started dating as when they were underage, that now it's legal now that he's 20 because they still have a juvenile relationship. Which again, I don't need that in the Transformers movie. I want to
Just that
see
whole explanation, right?
They took time out the movie to explain something no one cares about. It's things like that the new movie that they're planning can avoid. Just none of that stuff. No one cares. Let's stick to the robots.
Yeah, too much drama is what you're saying.
You have any suggestions for them, Rukshan?
I am.
Where you're not going down on the mic?
I'd say just watch Transformers Cybertron.
What about the movies?
Huh?
We're talking about how you fix the movies.
I told you.
What? Just watch Transformers Cybertron?
No, include Unicron and have the original theme song.
That's it?
Yeah.
What about the story?
I agree with you on everything else.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow. Some co-host you are.
I know.
Real insightful, man. Thanks.
Amazing insight.
Really appreciate it.
I'm sorry, I'm thirsty.
Stop.
Oh, man.
You know, I think we're just going to stop right there. You want to go to break, Rukshan? Throw us the break.
Nah. Okay. Zaboomafoo, zibbity, wah. What's the next song?
That's not throwing to break. We're gonna take a break in a moment. When we come back, we're gonna talk about how do we transition from love as teenagers to adults as we all are now.
Not me.
And shut up. And how much would you love someone to eat their love nectar cookies? There's a video with this from Sheena Mehta if you haven't watched the anime series. We're gonna talk about that as well. Just remember, this is the Nurse No Show on WSM 105.3. Stop looking at me like that. The Universal Conference Own Student Run Alternative Radio Station. We'll be back after the next song by Louis York. Good drinks, dumb jokes.
We don't do it for the money. We don't do it for the fame. If they took these riches from me, I'd be singing just the same. I don't do it for attention. I could never be that vain. If you wanna know my intention, baby, sit down, let me explain. Choose music. Music chose me. Good try. jokes. All we need is good drinks and dumb jokes to have us a good time, have us a good time, yeah. Good drinks and dumb jokes. All we need is good drinks and dumb jokes. All we need is good drinks and dumb jokes to have us a good time, have us a good time, yeah. Hands to the ceiling, we closing our eyes, we catching a vibe, yeah. We rocking back and forth, we in a crazy zone, oh yeah. We got that stereo on playing all our favorite hip hop cuts, Busta Rhymes and Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia. Ain't hard to see that we really don't give a fuck. All we need is good drinks and dumb jokes. All we need is good drinks and dumb jokes. All we need is good drinks and dumb jokes to have us a good time, have us a good time, yeah. Good drinks and dumb jokes. All we need is good drinks and dumb jokes. All we need is good drinks and dumb jokes to have us a good time, have us a good time, yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerd Snow Show on WSAM 105.3. What you were just listening to was Downtown by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Before the break, we said we were going to talk about how do we deal with love as we grow older from being teenagers to adults. The idea came from an article I saw on HuffPost.com by Susan Cain called 5 Ways to Get Better at Grown-Up Love. Now, as we said before, we're all adults here, all in our early 20s, I think, right?
Yeah.
So, starting with you, Rukshan, because we're just going to get you out the way first. What would you say is... Clearly, you haven't come to an adult yet.
I have come.
That was a good.
Stop.
Here's a good example.
Or not a good example of how to do it.
Yeah, it is. That's a
Stop
perfect
talking.
example
Let me
of how to do it.
You stop talking.
Yeah, he's like Donkey from Shrek or something.
Really, just shush for a second so I can
You're on
explain
something, bro.
what I want you to answer.
Okay, Shrek.
Deep.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you
Ladies and
guys should
gentlemen,
fight.
you're about to watch me kill someone live on radio, and it's going to be my
wish.
co-host. I'll be...
You mean here? We don't have television in here.
So sensitive.
No, Dad, stop it! Ah! No, not the feet! Not the feet! Come on, help me, dragon!
I don't even know what's going on right now.
Rukshan,
Yes.
be quiet so I can explain what we're talking
Can
about.
we be focused?
Thank you.
Let's focus, man.
All right, gentlemen, let's begin.
Starting off with you, what would you say is some of your experience dealing with love, going from a teenager to a young adult as you are now?
I have none.
This is why we got you out of the way first. Henry, how about you?
Wow.
Well, okay.
I mean, what would you say are some of the difficulties
The difficulty.
you've had or something you've noticed as you've become more of an adult now?
It's crazy. I mean, like growing up now, you have to learn how to love yourself first before you can get to love someone else. I definitely love myself. I mean, everyone that I know knows that. And yeah, I think
Do I?
Yeah, dude, you know.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I have like no scars on my wrist.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's how you can tell you love yourself. You don't
I
touch
mean,
yourself.
it's a start. It's a start.
Check your sleeves, guys. Check
No,
your
for
wrist.
real, yo.
I got a few.
No, you need to. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I just trying to find someone who I can love more than I love myself, which is pretty hard right now.
Yeah. Because you have an overinflated ego that you love yourself so much, or it's just hard to find someone?
It's just hard to find someone as good as I am.
Hey,
Yep.
Mike.
Said that
Wait,
one.
there's always your reflection.
What, so he's gonna love his reflection?
Yeah.
There's an option for that. Go ahead. You can love yourself.
Put on a
A-Rod does
wig.
it.
Well, yeah.
Put on a wig. Walk around with
Exactly.
a mirror.
I would have a beard though.
Mirror, yeah. Okay.
How you doing?
I have a beard, so
He's
that would be
really
weird.
looking good. He's only talking to yourself though.
And the mirror goes, you know it.
You know it exactly. It's fine.
Chip Skylark.
He is Australian.
Exactly. Mike, how about you?
What are these reference, man? I'd say I think as a kid, of course, you know, your first love's always going to be your parents, right? And for the longest time,
gonna love your
you're gonna
parents,
love your
Rickshaw?
parents, man. Yeah, come on, don't shake your head right now. And then as you get older, it gets really tricky because I come from out of state, so I have to travel quite a bit just to see my folks, and so I'm pretty much on my own and finding like good, strong relationships, like not just like love, but like also with friends and strong friendships. So finding like a very strong foundation of a friendship with like people I surround myself with. And then eventually I think that one person, you know, that right person will probably end up in my circle of friends. And then, you know, from there, you know, your best friend is going to be eventually, you know, the one, you know,
You spend the rest of your life.
yeah, you find true love. So
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
don't think
Steve.
that's how you do it.
I don't really believe in true love.
Yeah, I do Bible talks.
What?
You weren't speaking in the mic at first.
Preach.
I don't really believe in true love or rest of your life stuff.
Why not, man?
Because I don't even know what I'm gonna eat tomorrow for breakfast. I can't say I can't do this for the rest of my life.
Compromise.
I'm just honest.
What about the stuff
Like
we
that.
talked about last time?
What do you mean?
We were talking about something religion? Not religion.
No, I'm confused on what you're talking about.
Yeah. No, but like resolving, you know, hating people.
Oh yeah, that's
Hating
right. I remember
people.
now. Yeah.
Hate
It's like how do you like resolve that hatred, right? And so like you gotta like find in yourself forgiveness for the person, and like some of us didn't really believe in that. Some of us was just gonna get like what we were talking about, like in the moment.
Yeah.
In the moment, yeah.
And that's why I said in the moment I would probably want to kill someone, but that would just be more rage than actual hate for someone. But personally speaking, for me, when it comes to this, I've noticed in myself that when I was a teenager, high school or whatever, it was weird because there was a certain way that I approached love. I can't really explain how it was, but it was very
Idealistic.
No, not even idealistic. It was very almost not childlike's the wrong word. It's just immature is probably the best way to describe it.
Naive.
Naive. That's even a better way.
That's how we all are.
Yeah, it's very naive, and there was. You kind of wanted to I kind of want to do everything that I've seen, how I thought love was supposed to be, and how you would treat a girl.
Exactly.
And then now it's sort of different because you have to have the mindset that I'm no longer 16, 17, 18. I'm now 22, and the people I'm interested in having a relationship with, they're now adults too. And as such, there's no longer that sort of childlike love. It's now we're both adults. You have to be treated as such. And I realized when I started noticing the way I was treating a girl or how I carried myself while I was in a relationship, it was just different. And I started almost felt like I was stepping on my own toes getting in, because I would sometimes treat her like she's still like we're still teenagers, and that's the type of love we have instead of two adults.
It's youth. It's youth, man.
Exactly, but instead of two adults trying to have an actual relationship.
Yeah, but
that's that hard transition I was having. It's like
God.
You got to remember that you're no longer in that phase of your life where everything's new and lovey-dovey and with a sense of naivete. It's now your
you have to get a mortgage.
Maybe not now, not a mortgage now, but you're now approaching things with a more adult mindset.
It's more serious.
Exactly. That's the best way. It's more serious now. It's not, it's kind of cute, happy. It's, no, I'm in a relationship with you, you're in a relationship with me. It's a lot more serious of a thing now because we're trying to see, is this person right for me for the long term? Is it just a right now sort of thing? Or is it maybe let's see how things work out? Right?
I believe that love to this time, to this day, is not defined, and that, you know, you're gonna make mistakes and you're gonna like make a bunch of falls, and like that's really like the part of love is like falling and then like making a fool out of yourself, and then like, you know, finding that person that is not gonna like judge you or like put you down, right? So I believe like there's this video I watched on YouTube about finding the right person, and the video was titled like something like eventually marrying the wrong person. So basically in the video it's teaching you like to find an imperfect person or someone who's like not the ideal woman for you, right?
Yeah.
It's not perfect. Like you gotta understand that not everyone is like going to be that perfect person, and everyone's got flaws. So
I would say that's exactly another challenge you gotta have. Is you don't want to have that.
That's a
ideal.
level of maturity.
Yeah.
And like not a lot of people, you know, that's a phase where you're growing up from an adolescent or like a teenager to an adult, and then you understand your eyes are open to how people really are, and not just like what you like, you know, dream about and stuff. So
yeah, because I know that's one thing my dad is constantly telling me. Even my cousin who I talk to from time to time, constantly saying you got to look at what people are doing. Not I like how you look and I think you're like this, but it's stop, Rokshan. I can see you at the corner of my eyes. Stop. But not what people are saying, because people can say a lot of things and they can speak sweet nothings to you until your ears are bleeding. But you got to watch what they say. And that's another thing that you said that you got to mature with is when you're young, you're looking at it like, oh my gosh, I really love this person. This person's perfect. But as you're adult, you got to start looking at, okay, this person treated this person another way. They were coming out of this thing with another relationship. It probably could happen to you. And so you're constantly going through these
motions.
Just going through the motions. Yes. Going through the motions of trying to figure out what's right, what's wrong. Is this person great for me, bad for me, okay for me? Is it just supposed to be a hit it and quit it situation? Is it supposed to be, let's do this for the long run? And it's really just trying to figure out, as we get older, where are we going with this? Like, how do I want to be loved? How do I want to love? And it's really a hard thing at times, but it's also sort of simple if you just keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Also, you need to know when to let go when something doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah.
That's
like
important.
if you guys love each other, but you know you're going down two separate paths, you gotta let go instead of sticking together and then just holding it back even further.
Yeah. That's definitely a thing that you really have to like understand is sometimes it's just not meant to be. We always like think, we'll leave it to fate decide, but we always want to try to control it. If it's not meant to be, I'm sure fate will tell you, this is wrong. Stop it. What are you doing? How many signs do I have to put in front of your face to tell you this is stupid?
About 4.
About 4 for you?
Yeah.
I'd probably say about 10 for me.
10.
Yeah, 10.
So you try.
I like to be stubborn. I'm a stubborn individual. I get it from my grandfather. It happens. I don't really like to just say no to things.
Yeah, I think all of us have like maybe perhaps that one friend that like struggles with relationships, and then they come to you, he comes to you, and like he wants to talk about, you know, a potential girl he's interested in, right? And he's like, yo, I need help, right? Mm-hmm. And like I think she's really interesting. I want to get to know her. I tend to like be really good friends with like ladies.
Yeah.
So I mean, personally, I haven't been in like really strong relationships, but I can say that I've been around women enough, including my sisters. So if you have a sister, that's a whole other level of understanding of women. So I mean, it's hard to give advice at times, even if you know women well. You know, it's very hard to give advice.
I would say that's probably one thing I also understand is like I grew up with a lot of women in my family. I believe they outnumber us right now.
Yeah.
So you get to see them and how they act, and you almost compare every girl you meet or you're interested in to maybe someone in your family.
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah, that's very important.
Are they up there to that standard of the person that I love and I respect? And if they're not, you may say, oh, maybe they can get there. But you're always, even subconsciously, you're probably consciously thinking, are they right here with someone that would fit well into my family with the other women that I grew up knowing and that I love and they love me? And could that woman possibly be one?
Yeah.
In a different way, be one of those women?
Wait, so how does it work for someone who's like the opposite? I mean, like most of my friends are guys, like 90%. So who do I compare the girl that I like to?
Probably your mother.
What?
Really?
No, but
my dad has said something about that too. It's
Yeah,
like,
but
don't marry your mother.
Yeah.
You know, that's
what I mean by the
saying,
comparison.
yeah.
Not saying that, oh, you're going to want to marry someone that basically marry your mother, but you want to marry someone that has the ideals that you love with your mother.
Okay.
And you kind of want that in her, even if you don't necessarily think about it fully. Subconsciously, you're going to think to yourself, oh, I want to marry someone sort of like my mom.
It's kind of like if she gets along with your mother. Like, I feel like you're touching on it a little bit, but like eventually the right person has to get along with your family and become a family figure, like in your as a member of your family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't see that happening, then chances are that's going to be like a really like tough situation.
Yeah.
My mom just calls most women gold diggers.
All right.
Thank you for your input.
Shines a light on you a bit.
It really does. Oh. with that being said, we're gonna go into a little lighter-hearted topic.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
It is not.
It is lighthearted. It's
Change the mood. We don't get much
kind of
time.
dirty.
Kinda.
We're going to go over a little just because we got on late because of another show in front of us. So we're going to go over just a little bit.
All right.
But
You got 15 minutes.
yeah, thank you, Roxanne. Good for something. Good. Thank you.
Besides your mom.
That's deep, man.
Don't say that on the radio. I will kill you on the radio if you say that on the radio. Point is, I recently just finished watching an anime called Shinamata. Thank you, Roxanne.
Why do you say it at the same time?
I don't know. He's being weird today.
It's anime.
We're harmonizing.
It's
It's an
anime.
anime series that was centered around a boring world about dirty jokes. About the concept of dirty jokes is the full title.
So I would not exist there.
Yes. And one scene in particular got
Just being real, man.
yeah. And so one scene in particular got everyone's attention about love, nectar, and cookies. So we're gonna listen to a little clip of that particular scene, and we're gonna come back and get everyone's thoughts because I'm sure some of you haven't seen the scene.
Live
first.
reactions.
Yes, live reactions. to
Live
the
reactions.
scene. And we're gonna answer the question: how much would you have to love someone to eat their love, nectar, cookies?
I'm not even sure.
Is this in
What it
English?
means? I'm so scared.
You scared? Just click it, man.
Is it? It's not playing?
Oh, now it's playing.
今日はお二人のためにクッキーを作ってきたんですのよ。これはあやめさん。こっちは奥間くん。
In case you don't understand Japanese, she's giving them cookies at the moment.
Just subtitles, right?
Yes, there's subtitles. They're watching it on subtitles, but right now there's cookies.
どうかなさいましてお二人とも食べてくれませんのええ、いただくわ
We're just gonna see the reaction to how do you feel about love, nectar, cookies?
Quality radio right now.
It really is quality radio. We're trying to watch this video as we do this since they haven't seen it before.
愛がこもったクッキーのお味は
Henry, any thoughts so far?
Dude, wow.
You want to say?
奥間くんを愛おしい
You said you love her?
気持ちが最高潮に達して体のツアー
Not what I thought we would get out of
I
it.
think I found someone as good as myself.
So if honor from Shinameta is available, yeah.
Oh my god.
You guys get to the table part?
Hey,
厄介ね
and that's pretty much the end.
Been in real life.
Hey, good. That's why I'm asking. How much would you have to love someone
I mean, I feel
to
like
eat those type of cookies?
an idea like that, if it is animated, it can be. It is probably 10 times worse.
In real life?
Already,
Oh,
it's
sure it
probably
is.
already escalated so far.
Oh, it's probably disgusting.
Such an idea like that,
Hey, it makes sense.
unbelievable.
How so?
Well, in church, people drink Jesus' blood and they eat his body as bread.
But that's wine and bread, though.
Yeah, and that's actual.
That's very domesticated.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's not
man.
this. It's not putting your love juices into a cookie
that's-
dough.
Love
I know.
juices.
Yes.
We're just not
We
exposed.
can't exactly say
We're
it,
not
so we
exposed to
gotta
that
say
sort of
love
stuff.
juices.
I just love the term.
Love juices.
Love
Love
juices.
nectar.
Love nectar. I'll
That's a
never,
great name, by the way.
never think of it the same anymore. No,
Think about
not
it.
ever.
Just think about that next time you're with a girl, Henry. She might put it in your cookies.
Why are you saying that like I have girls over all the time?
Because you do.
Did you not hear what he just said? He has guy friends.
I know.
Most of the time.
But he has them sometimes.
Yeah,
I
sometimes.
know this.
A sampling here and there.
In my
A sampling here and there. A sampling of love nectar every now and again.
Oh
At
my
Costco.
god.
You need it. You need it to like stay alive.
Nutrition.
Exactly. So
Eat your veggies, boy.
let's just answer the question. How much would you have to love someone to eat their love nectar cookies?
Not enough.
She'd have to be my wife, man.
So wife for Henry. Mike,
It's very hard.
what level are we talking about? Wife, girlfriend,
You
fiance,
gotta give me some options here because I don't know what the
it.
spectrum is. The
wife,
scale.
girlfriend, fiance,
Oh,
one night stand.
No way.
How much love are we talking for you to say, sure, honey, I'll eat your love nectar cookies?
I like to think in terms of years.
Okay, let's say you've known her for
20 years.
a year. Let's start with
Nah,
a year.
not a year.
20 years.
I give it 5.
5 years?
Sweet.
I give it 5. 5 solid. Come on.
Yeah.
Russian, how many years?
I'm not
20
eating
years,
them
you freaking
cookies.
married
No, no, no.
already.
No, I'm not eating
You're
those.
not
The
eating
number
her,
is that.
No,
you're not gonna eat her cookies at all?
no, I'm not eating those cookies.
Yo, if you're a girlfriend
You
for
guys are
20
weird.
years,
Wow, she's
You have to leave.
that is
I'm sorry.
crazy.
20 years, really?
You said 20 years.
As a girlfriend or a wife?
That's what you said.
No, that's what you said. Not
No, I
me.
said 20 years.
I said, give me a term of years.
Years, but not for a girlfriend. I would hope you wouldn't be with a girlfriend for 20 years
Yeah,
and
no,
she's
no.
still with you.
What's wrong
Hey,
with
man.
That's depressing, man.
She should want something besides you after 20 years.
that? Why?
Why would she just want you?
Probably
You're
already
special.
have
That's the point of the
Exactly.
relationship.
It's not the point of the relationship. It's get something out of it, Rashawn.
What,
For me, I
Alabama?
probably would. It would take around 10 years or so. I would at least try it, at
Okay.
least one, and then I'd probably say, "Don't ever do this again," or we're getting divorced
Just
or
don't
whatever.
tell
Okay, yeah, but for real, like,
Tell me.
Or yeah, just don't tell me, and I'll eat them all day.
It's all about like going to different countries and eating different cultural foods,
Exactly.
right?
Don't
It's
tell
like,
me what it is. Just let me.
as
eat.
long as I enjoy it, man, you don't have to tell me anything. That's what my dad said. He's American, and when he came over to my country in Vietnam,
Yeah.
he ate all the food, he loved it, and then he made sure no one told him what was in it.
That's pretty much it. Just
You know,
don't tell anybody, and it's
He
good
didn't
to
know
go.
nothing about the language. He ate it. He loved it. You know.
So all you
and
gotta
then you
do.
go around spoiling it for him later. So
oh man.
I think we've gone well off the handlebars with this.
hey, we all can say something.
Yes, we all can say something.
I say no.
Right now, we're gonna. That's because you must not love her enough, Rokshan.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
She's making that love nectar for you and the cookies for you.
Give them to an orphanage.
Ew.
No,
That is disgusting. Just give him to an orphanage.
Give them to Putin.
And so he can come after us?
Oh.
No. Or we may go to Japan.
I oppose communist China. I oppose communist China. So does Dan King.
No, don't put me into this. No, before you get me hacked by China, we're gonna go to break. Once we come back, we're gonna be discussing. Do we all have an internet addiction?
No.
No, I was excited about that topic.
And just so you know, one of us in here might be genetically gay. This is the Nerd Snow Show.
it's not me,
Totally
man.
False.
This is the Nerd Snow Show on WSAM 105.3, the University of Harvard's own student-run alternative radio station. Coming up next is Drake and Future, Jumpman.
Yeah. Yeah. Halloween. Taliban. Yeah. Jumpin'. Them boys up to something. They just spent like 2 or 3 weeks out the country. Them boys up to something. They just not just bluffing. You don't have to call, I hear my dance like Usher. Ooh. I just found my tempo like on DJ Mustard. Ooh. I hit that Ginobili with my left hand, though, like woo. Lobster and saline for all my babies that I miss. Chicken finger, french fry for them hoes that wanna dish. Jumpin', them boys up to something. I think I need some Robitussin. Way too many questions, you must think I trust you. You searching for answers, I do not know nothing. Woo! I see him tweaking, they know something's coming. Woo! Jumpin', them boys up to something. Woo! Jumpin', what you expecting? Woo! Shout-out, Michael Jordan just said text me. Woo! Jumpin'.
I just seen the jet take out, they got to something. Them boys just not bluffing, Jumpin', them boys up to something. She was trying to join the team, I told her, wait. Chicken wings and fries, we don't go on dates. Noble. I just throw the private dinner in the lake. Trapping is a hobby, that's the way for me. Money coming fast, we never getting straight. I just had to buy another safe. Bentley Spurs and Phantom Jordan fade away.
Yeah, jumpin', I don't need no introduction. Jumpin', Metro boomin' on production, wow. 100 cousins out in Memphis, they so country, wow. Tell her stay the night, valet your car, come me now. Jumpin', live on TNT, I'm flexing, ooh. Jumpin', they gave me my own collection, ooh. Jump when I say jump, girl, can you take direction, ooh. Mutombo with the, you keep getting rejected, ooh.
Heard they came through Magic City on a Monday. Heard they had the club wild, it was star-studded. A bunch of girls going wild when your chain flooded. And I had them like, wow, cup dudded. Dope man. Money on the counter, choppers on the floor. I just caught that tempo, DJ Mustard, whoa. Way too much codeine in Adderall. We just count up big racks, whoa. I know I'ma get my big back, whoa. I count all these racks that they have on me now, I'ma have you like, whoa. Chanel number 9, Chanel number 5, but you got them both.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerds Know Show on WSM 105.3. Before the break, we just teased that we're going to talk about having an internet addiction. We are all Generation Y, right? That's the generation we are?
I think so.
Gen Y?
Generation Y.
Yeah, never heard of that?
Nope.
Well, just know that's our generation. We're more the technology advanced generation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was an article I saw in Huffington Post again. Thank you, Huffington Post, for supplying me with most of the topics for the show.
Yeah. Okay.
And there was an article talking about a center that's treating internet addiction, even though it's technically not considered an addiction. As all of us who have access to technology, let's just start with how many hours do you think a day you spend on the internet? Maybe just randomly you check something on the internet or whatever. How
I'd say 2 hours.
2 hours a day?
Yeah.
On the internet?
I call BS.
I'd say 8 to 10.
I'm serious, man.
That's so
2 hours,
tough.
that's it?
That's so tough.
No, I'm serious.
It's very tough.
I call BS. There's no way you only
It's like
I'm serious.
2 hours.
2 hours.
as a student, you really rely on
The internet.
Okay, yeah.
the internet to get your assignments.
I mean, like for casual use.
Yeah,
I'd say
casual use. 2 hours? Oh, come
Okay,
on.
okay.
We are in 2 hours.
it's like 4 hours. 4 hours, I'd say.
Casually 6 to 8.
For you, 6 to 8?
a day?
Yeah, that's because I do the 3DS Max.
No, I say the same. I
Yeah.
say the same.
6 to 8.
I kill my phone and I recharge at least twice a day.
Yeah,
That
I'm
just works for me.
probably all on the internet.
That just shows how much I use my phone. I kill my phone twice
Fine,
in
have
one day.
this.
I'm probably on the internet the minute I wake up. So from the minute I wake up to go to sleep, I'm probably on there for 12, 15 hours a day.
That's crazy.
But I'm always constantly having to look up something, or I'm trying to distract myself from something that I'm doing. So it's constantly I'm on the internet, and it can go away for 2-3 hours at a time. I'm looking up something that turns into one thing. That one thing turns into something else, and next thing you know, I've been on the internet.
Yeah,
Exactly. I've just been on the internet all day, basically.
Yeah, do you guys ever have this like happen where you go on Wikipedia and you just keep going through all the pages?
Wait,
Yeah. When you start with Wikipedia one thing, next thing you know, oh, that seems interesting. Click. Oh, that seems interesting. Oh, here's this other link.
I
Click.
definitely have that with
Next
YouTube.
thing you know, there's 20 pages done of Wikipedia
YouTube,
information.
yeah.
YouTube, I go deep.
Oh, YouTube's even
I go
worse.
so deep, bro.
There's this Wikipedia game. It's funny you mention it. It's like when you're looking up one thing and then you have to like
Get to philosophy in the least amount of clicks.
you got to get to a certain topic by finding these smaller topics that eventually connect to the main topic.
Yeah.
And so you just jumping off of different random like topics.
then-
And it's a game. It's a game on Wikipedia. Someone told me about.
And you kill 2 hours just like that.
And then like where do you end up? Yeah, end up at the end of your rant basically.
You're just
Yeah.
tired.
You know,
Yeah.
But which,
things you end up at.
so do you think at some point there will be an internet addiction as a official diagnosis?
They already have
I
that.
think so.
But it's not official.
No, like
The phrase internet addiction is not an official diagnosis yet.
No, but I saw a documentary,
it's
right,
official.
where
I think it's official.
in China they officialized it and they kept you in this like
But we're not
unit
China. We're talking about here.
for kids and
Let's
stuff.
stick here.
Fine in America.
Think about
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah.
Like they accept it. They
Embrace it,
accept it.
which is
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
Yeah.
We embrace it too, but we just don't have a diagnosis
Well,
for you.
Yeah.
We have a negative
stigma
point of
towards it.
view.
Stigma for being on the internet too much?
Yeah, but like I'll say
Which you
this.
shouldn't.
but they don't.
That's
They
because
don't.
you
There's a
They don't.
philosopher, right, called Ludwig Wittgenstein, and he said just because you can
repeat that name, please.
Ludwig Wittgenstein.
Okay, just want to make sure we have it clear on the audio.
Okay, that's what he said. He said just because you can take something and like label it doesn't mean it's
A
a thing, right?
Yeah.
Like for example, okay, I'll give an example. Okay, you guys in the last 6 months, have you ever been absent-minded when you're trying to focus on something?
Yeah.
Absent-minded.
Absent-minded. Have you been fidgeting a lot while sitting down?
Yes.
Have you been worried about stuff that's gonna happen in the future?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you
anxiety.
That's college.
lose focus while trying to do one task?
What?
Did
I'm
you
sorry.
guys lose focus while trying to do one task?
Yes. I like to multitask. That's why I don't like focusing on one thing at one time.
All right, congratulations. You might have ADHD.
I probably do have ADHD. It wouldn't shock me.
No, that's the issue, right? Just because you can take this list, right, and say, oh, no, these things, right, is ADHD, right? That doesn't mean ADHD exists or that you can cure it.
You probably, well, I get that point. You probably,
There's symptoms.
Probably,
Yeah.
you get symptoms of things, but it's not necessarily a thing.
Yeah, you can create symptoms and you can create a thing. That doesn't mean those two are related or that you can do anything about it.
That's right, true.
Yeah.
Because no one ever says, oh, people have a book addiction when they read books.
Well, people might have a book addiction.
Yeah, but
You have a
different.
book addiction.
I'd love
I
to
read.
have one of those.
A book addiction?
Yes. I don't read
wish.
enough.
Exactly. I read like a book a year. Man.
I
don't read enough.
because I know I'm not gonna get another chance to get
Everything I
access to
read
a-
off is like
a
internet
book, so I have to read it.
blogs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then like I don't know. They're
How
more
many books do you think you read a year?
300-400.
No, like seriously.
Are they actually hard?
Yeah, hard.
Yeah.
Bound book
copy,
books?
yeah.
Nah, I don't probably read. I'm reading one now. It's the first one I've read all year. Typically, if I'm reading a book, it's going to be on my iPad.
Yeah.
It's just easier
Electronic
access, and I'd
books.
rather
Sure.
Yeah.
just carry my iPad around so I can do more things with it than carry a book.
Do you count manga?
No, I don't.
No.
Okay, fine. Maybe
I don't.
50.
50 books
You
a
were
year?
counting manga.
Jeez, man.
Oh my god!
I can go through a whole series in a day.
Wow. So if we count manga for you, Rukshad,
Yeah.
how many
They're
books would
graphic
you say?
novels.
We'll count them. How many books manga do you read in total every year?
500 maybe.
Wow, that's some good reading.
Yeah,
Good reading.
including hardcover, normal, regular books.
Okay.
That's a lot, man.
We're a little short on time, so we're just gonna skip ahead to the final topic for today's show.
No, geez.
Stop.
It's controversial.
I saw a report on NBC News that was reporting on the fact that there's a research center or school, I think it was UCLA, if I remember right in the article, UCLA doing research on finding out whether or not they can pinpoint certain genes that determines that you're gay. And it's not the first time someone's tried to pinpoint the fact that you might be just genetically gay, but I really don't even know how to
Yeah.
approach this.
It's a very
yes, you
tough
can,
topic.
you may be genetically gay, which would prove people that says you can be born gay, but I don't see what else is trying to prove besides that. Because I feel like once you start genetically finding these things, some people may say, okay, let's try to quarantine that person and try to correct them of what their genetics say they do, and it can spiral into something different.
Like, oh, you know the worst thing I think that could happen is?
What?
Just throwing it out there, right? Someone finds out their kid's going to be genetically gay, right?
And they have an abortion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that too, is they've had the genetics.
I gotta say something about that though.
What?
If you think, I feel like it's hard to say it's genetics because certain cases where people they come out at a certain age, or it's like a stage of enlightenment, right? Per se, that you can be like at an age where you can like start talking and then you know exactly, and then you convey to other people that you are openly gay within your own family, of course. I think people are coming out more. I fully support that, and I'm like happy for them. But I can't just put genetics as like a sole reason. I feel like there's people are exposed to different things, and then
Something brings it out of.
it's like a spiritual exploration.
Yeah.
Right. You find it for yourself. It's not something that you just wake up one day. It's just not that.
Yeah. And again, the article even said that they're not even releasing the details of how they do it, so they're still trying to figure out exactly how they can prove it. But still, it's just I kind of get why they're doing the research, but I still feel like it could lead down a path once you start trying to figure out this is how you do things.
Nothing good will come out of
Wait,
it.
I'll just say
That's
this
all I'm saying.
Any thoughts on
That's
that?
all I'm saying. Nothing.
I disagree with everything you just said.
What?
Like,
You're gonna disagree with me and I'm on my own show? How disrespectful!
I want your show. I'm coming for your spot, man.
Wait, go ahead. Why do you disagree with me?
Because it's an awakening thing. People go through different phases in their lives where they can actually have girlfriends. As a guy, you can go through a period when you have girlfriends and you just realize it's just not for you.
And then down the road,
you
end up, falling for the other
a dude.
gender.
Wait, how about this, guys? Can you be gay and then realize you're straight?
Probably.
Yeah,
I feel
it
like
works
if you can do
both
it one
ways.
if you can do it one way, why can't you do it the other way?
It works both ways.
I just want to clarify it. That's all.
Okay.
I've never seen it happen that way, though.
Very
You
rarely.
just may not know someone that's happened to, but I'm sure it's happened somewhere in sometime in society.
Okay.
Someone's been gay and said, you know what, this really isn't what I want to be.
Then again, you have people who they don't prefer either.
Yeah, they just go.
You know,
They just might love themselves too
hate
much.
people, in
There
general.
you go, Henry. There's a sexuality for you, asexual. Just I get.
Nah, it can't work for me, man.
I mean, come on, you can produce your own self.
Can I say this again?
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
in my
what?
20s.
About the.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm not. You were talking to Henry.
Go ahead already.
ahead.
Just
Yep.
speak.
Just like I'm just saying that the identity of being gay, right? It's kind of a new thing in historical terms.
It's not that new.
Yes, it is, because back in Roman times, right, you didn't identify as being gay.
People may have kept it under wraps.
No,
Or they didn't have a title for
no,
it.
it was
So
open.
long.
That's the thing. It was open. Like, you weren't identified as being gay if you were with a guy. That was it. It's a new thing. That's if you are two guys are together. That's something that we should call gay.
Yeah,
I think
It
we
didn't
should look
matter back
into the
then.
origin
probably.
from when it started.
Maybe for next week's show, we'll try to look more into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, we're going to close the show this week. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
No, this was a great talk.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I
For
love
my
being
first
out
time.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
For my
Or
first
under
time though.
here, because
Rook?
we're underground.
Any final thoughts?
You guys gonna get lunch?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Henry?
I'm good, man. I just enjoyed it. It was my first time on the radio. And since I was a kid, yo. Actually, when I was a kid, I was on the radio for like the most random thing. I think it was like soccer or something, and I sucked so bad.
Well, hopefully you've improved since then.
Let's try to find that recording and get it next time.
Oh, yeah, we're going to try to find that recording.
Autographs.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you again for joining us this Friday afternoon on the Nerds Know Show on WSAM 105.3. Have a good afternoon, weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining this week on the Nerds Know Show presented by Let'sBeNerds.com. Don't forget to visit Let'sBeNerds.com for the latest and greatest coverage in comics, movies, music, and anime, and so much more. And be sure to check back next week for a new edition of the Nerds Know Show.